Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Back again here on a Monday night for the Top Hat Comics Super Late Model Series. And tonight we're going to be at Stafford Motor Speedway doing 125 laps here tonight. And something interesting is the points have been updated, I believe. Let me just go ahead and double check on that. So yeah, the points have been updated, and going into tonight, Chris Carroll is your points leader with Thomas Axum in second, Brian Zimmerman in third. Chris Carroll has 330 points, and Thomas Axum's actually only 1 point behind, and Brian Zimmerman 14 points behind the leader, 13 points behind Thomas Axum. So close points battle so far into the season. Double check my calendar real quick here. Yeah, this is going to be race 9 out of 12, so only 3 races left, everybody, for them to decide a champion here for the Top Hat Comics Super Late Model Series. It's good to be back here on a Monday night. I'm glad y'all can come out and join us. So, we're having a little technical difficulties beforehand, so we're going to be running the side ticker tonight due to the top ticker not working. Also, the session was messed up, so it's just been a hectic start to tonight. So, it says 11 minutes left to go in practice. That is actually not correct. We got about 2 minutes left to go here in practice, and we actually got to get down and start pre-race ceremonies here in just about another minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time. We're going to go ahead and start pre-race ceremonies. If you could, please rise and remove your hat for tonight's National Anthem. All right, and thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a great rendition of our national anthem. Everybody, I say it every week, go check out Mullet Music Productions on YouTube. We are getting into qualifying here now. Troy Tarbuck's going to be one of the first drivers to head out onto the racetrack. Sorry, I was just making sure. It seemed like we had some technical difficulties going on once again here this evening. Please put in chat if anybody sees anything wrong. I will get it rectified as quickly as I can so we can put on a good show here tonight. 5 minutes qualifying, 2 laps. Troy Tarbuck coming around, take his green flag here for his first lap. First times are coming on the board. Brian Zimmerman going to go top of the charts right now with a 19.37. Troy Tarbuck kind of just rolling around here trying to get some heat in the tires. Looks like he's going to go for it here on his second lap, all the way down to the apron here in 1 and 2. Ooh, big sideways coming off turn 2 down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Jason Raymond now goes on provisional pole with a 19.35. Coming out of turn 4 for Troy Tarbuck. It's good enough for third with a 19.48. Brandon Mettler's out on track right now, taking his first lap in that number 15 MF Racing Design Super Late Model. Another driver using all that apron on the entry of turn 1. Let's see what he does here in turn 4. Or turn 3 and 4, I should say. He's using as much apron as he can to get that car to rotate through the center of the corner across the line for, I believe, his first lap here. No, that was his second lap. Good enough for fourth and 19.39 for the number 15 of Brandon Mettler. Thomas Axum goes to the top of the charts right now with a 19.22. Thomas Axum been one of the heavy hitters in this series. Brad Carpenter, he ran both of his laps. Good enough for second on the board. So Thomas Axum right now provisional pole, and Brad Carpenter outside pole as they run in qualifying. Jason Day sitting on pit road. Looks like he's waiting to go out. Chris Sawyer in the number 66 is out on track right now. Just took the green flag. This is still Chris's first lap, so probably just trying to get some heat in those tires. Let's see what he does on his second lap here. Little wiggle coming off turn 2 down the back straightaway. He's not using any of that apron. Kind of running real wide here. Coming out of turn 4, sideways again, but across the line for the 66 of Chris Sawyer. It's good enough for P20 right now. Let's see here. Jason Day still sitting on pit road. Only about a minute and a half remaining here in qualifying. Still time for these drivers to go set a couple of laps. Chris Carroll cannot qualify. He won last week, so he will be having to start from the rear of the field. Chris Clark, Dustin Lamb, Brandon Campbell, and Jason Day so far all elected not to take laps here in qualifying. 25 super late models here at Stafford Motor Speedway here this evening. And about 30 seconds remaining here in qualifying. So I believe everybody who wanted to take a time has. So we're going to go ahead and call it here. Thomas Axum, the number 13, going to be your pole sitter here tonight with Brad Carpenter to his outside. And Brad putting up a good lap here tonight. We're going to have to see what he can do here in the rest of the race in itself. 125 laps here again tonight. If we do have a caution, there will be a choose cone rule when they take one to green. Drivers can choose inside or outside, and we've seen that play a big factor in some of these races prior in the season. All right, so that wraps up qualifying. How about we get through that grid? Thomas Axum in the number 13 is going to be the pole sitter this evening with Brad Carpenter in the 31 to his outside. Jason Raymond in the number 44 is going to be starting third with Brian Zimmerman to his outside in the number 28. Zach Murphy is going to be starting in fifth, and it's going to be in the number 29, not the 22. Brandon Mettler is going to be in sixth. I don't know why that disappeared. Troy Tarbuck's going to be starting seventh with Larry Bell to his outside in that number 43. Kyle O'Danick in the number 21 is going to be starting ninth with Tanner Mars starting in 10th. Guy Barrett in the 02 is going to be starting in 11th with Scott Smith in the 53 starting in 12th. Moving on down the line, Derek Stanley in the 23 is going to be starting 13th with Mitchell Newman in the 98 starting 14th. Jason Korn in the 39 is going to be starting 15th, with Josh Beaver in the number 18 starting in 16th. Chummy Miller in the 06 is going to be starting 17th, with Jeffrey Miller in the 79 starting 18th. And rounding out the field, Terry Foster, True Sim Production broadcaster. He's out there in the field. Chris Sawyer, Chris Carroll, Jason Day, Brandon Campbell, Chris Clark, and Dustin Lamb is going to round out your field this evening. And the field's coming through 3 and 4. Green flag is in the air here at Stafford. Down into turns 1 and 2. Brad Carpenter didn't really get the start he wanted right now. Jason Raymond to the bottom side of the racetrack coming off turn number 2. Going to be side by side for second place. Raymond's going to go ahead and clear him and give second spot to Jason Raymond right now. Let's go a little bit further back here. Zach Murphy trying to take away that 5th spot from Brandon Mettler right now as they go down into turns 1 and 2. A little bit of smoke. Somebody's scraping the wall as we go down into turns 1 and 2 here. Guy Barrett back in the 0-2 machine trying to hold on to 9th position as Larry Bell's trying to hold on to 10th. Tanner Marr is actually fighting on the inside of that number 43 right now, trying to take over 10th position. Looks like he's going to clear him as they go down the front straightaway. And already 3 laps complete here at Stafford. Everybody trying to get single filed out as quick as they can. As you see Jason Raymond using a little bit of that apron, trying to get that super late model to turn through the center of the corner, trying to get a run on Thomas Axum. So far, Axum's led all 4 laps here tonight. Down the back straightaway, you see the field. Everybody going single file. Let's go ahead and run through where they're running right now. Thomas Axum is your race leader. Jason Raymond running second. Brad Carpenter running third. And Brian Zimmerman back there running fourth. Rounding out the top 5 is the number 29 of Zach Murphy. Zach, if you watch this, let's get your numbers rectified for next week, brother. Thank you. Brandon Mettler running 6th in that number 15 machine. Troy Tarbuck back there in 7th. Kyle O'Danick. Kyle's doing a really good job on Tuesday nights. He's kind of dominating that Tour Modified Series right now, leading the points. So good job to the number 21. Right now, in the super late models, running 8th. Guy Barrett right behind him in 9th. Tanner Marr, we saw him get a little loose right there coming off turn number 4. He's rounding out the top 10. Larry Bell in that number 43 sitting in P11 with Derek Stanley right behind him in 12th. Scott Smith in that number 53 doing a good job with teammate Jason Korn right behind him. Those two are 13th and 14th. We go a little bit further back. Josh Beaver is rounding out the top 15 and the number 18. Brandon Campbell right behind him in 16th. And Chris Carroll already up 4 spots since the start of this race. He had to start in the rear of the field, and Carroll has to be patient here, try and work his way up towards the front. He's sitting in 16th right now, working to take P15 right now from Josh Beaver. Side by side down the front straightaway, down into turns 1 and 2. Let's see if Beaver puts up much of a fight. Carroll's going to use all the apron there. He's going to clear him coming off turn 2. So yeah, give Chris Carroll P15 right now. You see Beaver getting all out of shape there coming off turn 4. Great job hanging on to it. All right, so it looks like Brandon Campbell actually running a custom number 99, so we're going to go with that, the number 99. Jason Day, remember, another driver elected to start from the back. He's in P18 right now, also up 4 spots from the start of this thing. Also, another driver has to be patient, trying to work his way up to the field. Chummy Miller back there in the 6th, holding on to 19th position. Then Chris Sawyer in the 66th and 20th, and then old Terry Taffy Man Foster in the 86th. Running in 21st. Chris Clark 22nd. Jeffrey Miller 23rd. Dustin Lamb 24th. And Mitchell Newmar rounds out the field in 25th. So Mitchell already gone a lap down as well. So You see Thomas Axum and Jason Raymond, they both have got around him. We're coming to complete lap number 12, take lap 13 of 125. Thomas Axum still your race leader. Jason Raymond, though, is all over the back bumper, trying to make something happen. Big sideways for the number 13 as he comes off turn number 2. So I see Keith Mack out in chat saying Mettler starting outside of Murphy. Should be fun to watch to start this race. Well, they were side by side for the start, but how about this? They're, right in front of each other right here. Mettler right behind the number 29 is Zach Murphy as they go down to turns 3 and 4. Working around lap traffic of the number 98 of Mitchell Muma. Have to see what happens here. Still got a little bit of history. Back up to the front, Thomas Axum, still your race leader. Jason Raymond trying to get behind him, or trying to get around him, really. He seems he can get up to the back bumper, but just can't seem to make the pass work. 44 doing a great job here tonight, running in second, starting in third. So good night for the number 44. Let's go back to Brad Carpenter, though, who started in second. Now running in third, trying to hold off the number 28 of Brian Zimmerman. Doing a good job of that. Zimmerman's trying to run him down. If we compare lap times right now, the leaders were running a 19.68. Raymond ran a 7.4, and then Carpenter and Zimmerman were both in the 8s. Zach Murphy back there still holding on to 5th position. Brandon Mettler holding on to 6th. Let's kind of zoom out, see if we can't get a better shot of the field here. Everybody trying to work around that lap traffic right now. Almost a little contact there. Riding on board with the number 15 of Brandon Mettler. Just to kind of see what he's doing here. Really putting a lot of wheel into that car. So I'm wondering if these super late models tonight are building kind of tight on the tighter side. Thomas Axum working around lap traffic. Terry Foster. So Terry now goes a lap down. Terry's down there in 21st, first car a lap down. Looks like he's going to give Raymond some room. Raymond not sure which way he wanted to go there. They're not sure which way Terry was going to go. Terry is new to these cars. And again, ladies and gentlemen, that is Blazing Pedals broadcast for Terry Foster. Out there on track. It's good to see him out here with us tonight. Now that Thomas Axum kind of had a little bit of lap traffic to work with, he's kind of pulled on Jason Raymond just a little bit. It's about a second gap. Raymond has a little bit of damage to the right front of that car. Not sure if that's going to affect him here in the long run. But we're about to be 25 laps in here. What we're going to do is take a commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stick around.
Shut up and sit down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back live, and we had a caution out on the speedway. Right now, I am just trying to find it. So we're going to go ahead and bloop, put that up. So someone was telling me that it was the, okay, yep, we just found it right here. Cool. That was easy enough to find. Had to jump down in the Discord channel. I couldn't find who wrecked, to be honest, everybody. All right, so we're looking at the car on the outside there closest to the wall. That's a 43 of Larry Bell, side by side with it looks like the 23. Gets a little sideways, and race control felt that was good enough for a caution. So, under caution for the first time here this evening. It's going to re-rack him, restack him. Let Jason Raymond try and get up to the 13 of Thomas Axum. The question is when. What line will everybody choose here during the choose cone? That's what I want to know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, choose cone just happened right there. Sorry we missed it. Just dealing with something on my end, but Axum to the bottom, Carpenter to the outside. You see Raymond to the bottom as well. Coming out of turn number 4, and we're back underway. So Axum got a good launch there as they go down into turns 1 and 2. And I tell you what, we kind of missed it there as they went into 1 and 2. Almost looked like Carpenter tried to shut the door on the 28 of Zimmerman. Great shot of the field there as we come through 3 and 4. Everybody side by side. You see Chris Carroll there. He took advantage of that choose cone. Probably took the outside. Nobody wanted to take the outside, and he's moved up quite a few spots. Now up 13 spots from the start of this race, sitting there in 8th. Running on the high side there, right behind Kyle O'Danick as they go down into turns 3 and 4, side by side with the 15 of Metler. Metler right behind Zach Murphy. O'Danick trying to take over that 5th position, or I'm sorry, yeah, the 5th position of Murphy, but Murphy clears him as they come out of turn number 2. Oh, Chris Carroll's going to go around. Caution flag out on the speedway once again. Let's go back and see what happened. We kind of caught the tail end of it right there. Let's go back on the instant replay. Let's see if we can't see what happened. Side by side here going on the back straightaway. He's got the edge on Barrett. Oh yeah, Barrett kind of just goes in there a little bit too hard. Or Carroll might not have been expecting him to stay up that high on the track. I think Carroll might have been expecting him to go to the bottom of the racetrack here, because you see him, Carroll's already turned in, but Barrett hasn't turned in yet. So, yeah, I'd have to say that's Carroll coming down on the 0-2 there. But, again, we always let chat decide. So, chat, what do you think? 99 or 0-2? I know who my money's on that one. So it looks like Mitchell Mula is going to get one of his laps back. How about Terry Taffy Man Foster out there? He's got one of his laps back now. He's back on the lead lap. I'm going to get Terry a True Sim Productions car painted for next week. All right, so our second caution here tonight. Both of them really weren't that bad, to be honest. A couple drivers just kind of getting together and getting sideways. They didn't even really go the whole way around. So no harm, no foul. Unfortunately, Chris Carroll goes down pit road once again. Not sure if he's trying to fix maybe a little bit of damage to that number 99, or he's going to take tires. All right. So a little bit of strategy being played by the number 99 right here. So when everybody else has to come down and take tires a little bit later, he ain't going to have to. He's going to get the track position. Might be able to steal a win here tonight. We're going to have to find out. So pretty much same lineup once again. We come out of turn 4, Thomas Axum fires them off, and we're back underway. Oh man, a pretty iffy restart right there. Everybody was kind of all over the place. We see Jason Raymond trying to hold off the 31 of Carpenter as they go down the back straightaway. Oh, 21 of Kyle O'Danick getting out of shape. He's going to go around. Everybody trying to avoid him. Oh, the 18 is going to make head-on contact and give pretty significant damage to that number 21 machine. So an unfortunate night for the 21 of O'Danick. Let's go back on the True Sim Productions instant replay and see what happened. All right, so we're going to be taking a look at the number 21 of Kyle O'Danick on the bottom side of the racetrack there on your screen. Coming off the corner here, they're going to make contact there, him and Scott Smith, and then he's just out of shape trying to save it. And this right here, everybody had it missed until that right there. Unfortunate for the number 21. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that being said, we're going to go ahead and shout out one of our sponsors. That's MF Racing Design. So if you need a paint scheme done on iRacing, go check out MF Racing Designs on Facebook, and Michael will hook you up. All right, and we're back live. I believe we're coming to the choose cone this time by, if I counted the pace laps correctly this go around. And we are. All right. So Actually, we're going to be going single file, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't get a lap of green in. I just remembered that. So single file restart here. Thomas Axel's going to have a great advantage for this restart. Raymond's going to have to be on his game here. Now, we've seen Raymond have pretty good restarts on single file restarts before. Let's see if he can do it again here tonight. Axel's going to run him all the way up to the wall. Green flag is back out in the air. Everybody's got to stay single file till they cross that line. Raymond with a really good start. Same with Brad Carpenter. They both got really good jumps there. As we know, it's harder to get a good jump here when it goes single file like this. Raymond's getting closer and closer to the back bumper of that number 13 of Thomas Axel as we now take lap 48 of 125 going into turns 1 and 2. Lap 49 right here of 125. Thomas Axel still your race leader. He's led every lap so far. Now, these drivers are probably going to have to come down pit road at some point, I would assume, for fuel. I don't think they're going to have enough fuel to make it the entire way. It's going to be close. I didn't get that information before we started, unfortunately. Well, let's go ahead and pop the camera out, go back to TV3. Let's take a look at Tanner Martin in number 4. Tanner's up 2 spots since the start of this race, so he started back in 10th, now running in 8th, all over the back bumper of that number 53 of Scott Smith. Somebody in the wall back there, not sure who that was. It was the 99 of Brandon Campbell. Kind of scraped the wall a little bit there coming out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. Almost allowed Larry Bell to get a run on him. The 23 of Derek Stanley right there. Holding on to that 9th position now all over the back bumper of Scott Smith. Tanner Marr got around him a couple of laps ago. Now has his sights set on that 0-2 of Guy Barrett. Lap 55. Brian Zimmerman was another driver to come down under that caution. He's back there in 13th right now. Pretty sure he took tires as well, so another driver we're going to have to keep an eye on when these guys do come down pit road. These guys are going to be able to stay out and make it, I'm pretty sure. That'd be like Brian Zimmerman, Chris Carroll back there. He last pit on lap 38, and Kylo Danick. Obviously, with that caution on lap, I believe it was around lap 40. He pit on lap 44. Right now, I'm showing the first car a lap down is Jeffrey Miller back there. In 24th, that number 79. Trying to work his way around the number 18 of Josh Beaver right now. Back up to the front, though, it is all the 13 of Thomas Axel. He has put a little bit of a gap on Jason Raymond right now. It's about an 8/10, 9/10 gap to second place right now. Let's go back out the camera a little bit more. You'll see it here. There's your gap to first and second. Then you actually see the gap from second to third. Carpenter doing a really good job holding on to that third position right now. You see Zach Murphy back there running in fourth, with Brandon Metler right behind him. That has not changed all evening long. Metler rounds out your top 5 right now. You've got to go about another second and a half back to Guy Barrett in the 0-2 machine running in 6th. But Tanner Marr has been catching him these past couple of laps. If we take a look at lap times, Tanner Marr has been quicker than that 0-2 the past couple of times. Scott Smith back there trying to hold off the 99 of Brandon Campbell right now. Campbell's going to look to the inside, going down into turn 1, almost a little bit of contact. Still going to be side by side coming off 2. Oh, they're going to make contact and wreck. Jason Day involved. He's got heavy front end damage. We caught that one live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back and take a look, see what happened here between the 53 and the 99. So 53 is on the outside. We'll back it up a little bit more here. We'll even slow it down. Oh. So right there, they've made contact, and it was just game over after that. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. It looks like Smith is, he's doing what he wants to do, right? Like, he doesn't have to go all the way to the wall when he comes off the corner. He's trying to pinch the 99 down so he can get a run. He has every right to do that. And, I mean, it just looks like the 99 expected him to be up a little bit towards the wall a little bit more. Again, we'll let chat decide. I don't know exactly who to put that on. But unfortunately, that puts a couple of good drivers in the pits. Getting them super late models worked on. It looks like while we were taking a look at that instant replay, we've had drivers come down pit road. Thomas Axum, Guy Barrett, Brad Carpenter all come down pit road, pretty much everybody. But I want to point out, Brandon Mettler stayed out on track. Tanner Marr, last pit on lap 28, he stayed out on track. He's sitting in second. Derek Stanley has not pit yet, stayed out on track. And then we get to those two cars that we were talking about earlier, the number 28 of Brian Zimmerman, and right behind him, the 99 of Chris Carroll. We said it, they were waiting for this. Now everybody else came down pit road. They got to use their tires to get through the field here. And now Brian Zimmerman and Chris Carroll have that track position. Couple of drivers getting the wave around there as we go ahead and do the choose cone. Brandon Mettler is going to take the inside. Tanner Marr is going to take the outside. Derek Stanley going to the inside. Zimmerman going to the outside. Pretty much everybody lining up where they're supposed to be. Field's going to be in the hands of Brandon Mettler right now. Coming out of turn number 4. Green flag back out in the air. Almost a lane change there by the number 15. It looks like he caught himself as he went to do it. Right now the battle is for third as Derek Stanley trying to hold on to it, but Zimmerman's going to get it. That was a great move by the number 28. He had the run on the high side, made it work. Now under pressure from the 13 of Axum, and I don't know where he is coming from. I know he's on new tires, but he is flying up through this field right now. Getting big loose. I mean, another great save by the 13. And again, Axum, if you watch this back, let's get that Top Hat Comics banner put on that car, my friend. It's been 9 weeks. Right now, I tell you what, Brandon Mettler and Tanner Marr doing a great job out there. They're holding on to their positions. Oh, a little bit of contact there between the third. The caution flag's going to come out. Oh, big wreck going on back here. It looks like the 23 of Derek Stanley might have been involved. He's got some heavy front end damage to that number 23 machine. Let's go back. Take a look. So it looks like there's actually more stuff going on. Let me just make sure I'm finding it correct here. We actually probably need to go back and take a look at the 21 of O'Danick. Bring this back up. Bring you guys back live here. All right, so let's back it up because it's kind of hard to tell from this angle. There we go. That's a better angle here. So you got the 44 of Raymond there on the outside of the 21 of O'Danick. They're going down the back straightaway, and right here is where the problem starts. The 02 of Guy Barrett, it looks like, gets on the brakes pretty hard. Raymond's not expecting it. They rear end each other. The 2 comes down, gets into the 99, which sends him up into the 23 right there. O'Danick gets into him as well. And that's what sent him around. So yeah, Tarbuck got some left front damage to that. The 23 got some damage to that. That's just unfortunate. So Tanner Marr, last bit on lap 28. He's elected to stay out on the racetrack. Pretty gutsy move by the number 4 machine. He's got Thomas Axum right behind him. Axum was leading pretty much the whole way until we got that one caution. Everybody decided to come down pit road. Tanner Marr has been in the lead now for the last couple of laps. Brandon Medler was out there, led about 10, 15 laps or so. But can Tanner Marr hold him off? Coming to take a lap 74 under caution here. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
All right, shout out to Butt Kicker. Everybody go get yourself a Butt Kicker. Those things are awesome. I have one. Really gives you a different feeling, I guess you could say, to your sim racing experience. So go check out thebuttkicker.com. Coming to take the green flag once again here, going to be lap 76 of 125 when they cross the line. Tanner Marr has the field in his hands here. When's he going to fire him off? Green flag back out in the air. Side by side as they go down into turns 1 and 2. Tanner Marr trying to hold off Thomas Axum. Axum's got a good run as they come off the corner here down the back straightaway. They're going to be side by side down into 3 and 4. Now Axum's made a couple passes on the high side. Don't know how he's doing it. They're going to make a little contact there coming off turn number 4. Give Thomas Axum the race lead. Brian Zimmerman a little loose coming off turn 4 as well. Almost 3 wide here as we go through turns 1 and 2. Tanner Marr got the wall a little bit going into turn 3 right there, I should say. Chris Carroll now up in the 3rd position. He's got to get around Tanner Marr, and then he's got to get to Thomas Axum. We see a couple guys back here. Something going on. There's a few drivers slow on the racetrack. Brandon Metler was one of them. Same with the 53 of Scott Smith. He was another one who was slow on the racetrack. Scott Smith looks like he's not sure what he's doing, but he's kind of slowing down. Same with the 15 of Medler. They both kind of slowed down. So we now have the yellow flag. We're not sure what happened with that one. Go ahead and bring this up and see if I can't find it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I located the accident here. It looks like it was the number 99 of Brandon Campbell. Coming off turn 4 here, you see him. He gets loose, tries to catch it, hits the outside wall, and then just loops it the whole way around. Maybe right on board. Right on board here with Brandon Campbell. It's not the blimp cam. See what happened here. Comes off the corner. Works that wheel, trying to hang on to it. Oh, that's we caught you, man. We caught you on candid camera right there. Candid camera. I don't know what it's called, whatever you want to call it, ladies and gentlemen. But we caught it right there. It looks like that man intentionally brought out that yellow flag. Not something we like to see. All right, so Thomas Axum was able to get around Tanner Marr there. Tanner put up a really good fight, though. Lap 82 coming to lap 83. We're going to take another quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Got to shout out the simulation that we're on, of course, iRacing, iRacing.com. Everybody get yourself into iRacing and come join us here on Mondays and Tuesday nights for that matter, and Wednesdays and Thursdays, and every night Crooked Lines got on. It'll be broadcasted live here on True Sim Productions like these guys. So how about Axum electing to take in the top side here on this choose cone? Looks like him and Carroll are going to work together. Carroll gets a great restart as well. He's able to clear Tanner Marr as they go down into turns 1 and 2. Right now, Axum, Carroll, Tanner Marr, that's your top 3. So we're side by side back here. Oh, Zimmerman's getting way out of shape. He's going to come up and touch Jason Day. Still out of shape as they go down the front stretch. How those guys did not wreck those cars, I have no idea. Great driving by the number 28 and the number 52. So that knocked Brian Zimmerman back into 5th. Jason Day now in the 4th. And Jason Day was involved in that one accident. We saw a little bit of front end damage. So it looks like he got that fixed on that race car. Now sitting inside the top 5, up 18 spots since the start of this race. Thomas Axum is still your race leader. Chris Carroll now down about 6/10, 7/10 of a second from the race leader. I mean, Axum is just pulling away on them fresher tires right now. We know Chris Carroll last pit on lap 38. So he does have older tires. I don't know if he's going to be able to run down the 13 as we're going to be back under yellow. Might be problems here for the number 24. Let's go back and take a look. Okay. So we did find it. We're taking a look at the number 24, Troy Tarbuck right here, coming off turn 4. You see the calamity up in front of them. I mean, they're almost 3-4 wide right here. Larry Bell trying to shoot the gap, go to the bottom side. I believe that's the 18 up there, Beaver, and Guy Barrett, Mitchell Muma, all involved in this as well. So a little bit of contact. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Jason Raymond up there in the 44. So everybody checks up. You see Tarbuck here in the 24. He checks up and then just kind of gets ran over by the 66. You can see Metler trying to avoid it, going down into the grass, riding the wall a little bit. It's all good. We're on lap 91 of 125. We're going to take a little bit of a longer commercial break. We'll be right back.
Shut up and sit down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you saw it there, Savage Edge. Go to savageedge.com. They'll put your name on anything. Thomas Axum taking the bottom line. Chris Carroll to the top side. Green flag back out in the air. So how about Chris Carroll? He got a pretty good jump there, trying to hang on that right rear quarter panel, but can't stay there. Now slides back in behind Axum. And now Axum's just got clear racetrack out in front of him. He's got to get back in a rhythm here and just make sure he doesn't look in that rearview mirror and see Chris Carroll coming. Tanner Marr doing a good job holding on to that third spot. Jason Day doing the same there in fourth. Brian Zimmerman back there in fifth, and we're going to be back under the yellow flag. Not sure what happened with this one. Okay, I think we found it here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a look at that number 24, that blue super late model in the inside line of the racetrack there coming across the start-finish line. Let's just keep an eye on him here. Looks like the 39 might have misjudged the entry a little bit. Kind of right-reared the old 24 up into the outside wall. I don't think those two have history. I think it was just a misjudgment on the 39's part. Race with him in the dirt side of things. So I think that, you know, we all make mistakes. I think that's what that was, just a genuine mistake here at Stafford Motor Speedway. still waiting for that 1 to go signal from the flagman. Looks like when we go green, it's going to be about 24 laps to go. And unless something major happens, I think this might be the number 13's race tonight. He is on the freshest tires right now. He just gets a great launch every time on the number 99. Unless Chris Carroll can make something happen and race him here for a couple laps, make him burn those tires up. I don't know. I think it might be Thomas Axum's night. Sorry, just taking a look at chat right now as well. See Tempest out there. What's going on, man? How you doing? See the choose cone going into effect right there. Thomas Axum's going to take the bottom. Tanner Marr took the bottom as well. And I tell you what, don't count out that number 52, Jason Day. He's there in 4th. He can make something happen. Jason Day last pit on lap 63, so he's got fresh tires as well. Axum leads him out of turn 4, and green flag is back out in the air. Oh, we're going to have a big junker here on the front stretch. Tanner Marr and Brian Zimmerman getting into it. No caution. We are going to back that up and see what happened. Because that, I have no idea what happened right there, to be honest. I don't know if someone might have spun the tires or what, but we're going to go back and take a look at it. Yeah, it looks like Tanner spun the tires, and Brian Zimmerman changing lanes before that start-finish line. It looks like once again, Zimmy, we gotta slap your fingers on that one. It looks like he tried to avoid Tanner, but I mean that's well before the start-finish line. So that's what happened. Fortunately, it knocked Tanner out of this race. That moved Jason Day up into 3rd. Tanner took a pretty big lick to the inside wall. He's still sitting on pit road. Right now, Thomas Axum, Chris Carroll, Jason Day, 1, 2, 3. Then you go back to Kyle O'Danick, who's sitting in 4th. Now, we remember Kyle, he was involved in one of those wrecks early on in the race. And he still has that front end damage. 20 laps to go, sitting in 4th, doing a great job managing this race tonight. Can't complain with a 4th place finish after his night. Brad Carpenter, he started in 2nd place, has fallen back to 5th. Holding on to that top 5 position, though. He's got Zach Murphy behind him. But a little bit of clean air in front of him and behind him. Nothing to worry about. 19 laps to go for the 31 to round out 5th place. Back up to the front, Thomas Axum starting to pull a little bit of a distance to Chris Carroll. They're kind of running identical lap times just a little bit. As it looks like I'm being joined in the booth right now by co-owner of TSP, Tanner Marr. And Tanner, do you want to go ahead and give your 2 cents on what happened there before you say anything else? Or?
Oh, man, we're embarrassed. We're mad. Old tires, right? I shouldn't have been up there. Old tires allowed me to be up there. And, yeah, the old tire gremlins, they bit me. Got on the throttle too hard, and it was, geez, take the wheel after that, man.
I don't know, man. If you had a chance to take a look at it.
I have. So, in the moment, I see I'm flipping Zimmy, right? I was going up through the gears, getting in 4th gear, and I tried to just go damage control at that moment and tried to just kind of take myself out and not bring Zimmy with me. But somehow we got locked together or whatever, and I kind of ruined his race too. So I went and apologized to him, right? Hey, tell everybody I'm sorry. And then I just got to eat some humble pie. Can't believe I did that.
Well, we got 15 laps to go in this thing, and looks like Thomas Axum, as long as he keeps in his rhythm, is going to lock this win down again tonight.
Following Thomas, man, he's really fast. He's rotating these corners really good. Chris Carroll's also really fast. If there's a late race caution, it could shake this thing up, but right now it looks like it's all a 13 car.
Now, something I want to point out that I thought might have played into Chris Carroll's hands tonight. He pit on lap 38 and took his tires. I don't know if that hurt him or helped him. I mean, it helped him gain a ton of track position, but looks like Axum had the better strategy tonight.
Yeah, it's just after about 15, 20 laps, track's super hot. You melt away your tires, and you can feel it. It's hard to tell until you get somebody with fresh tires around you. Once Axel got around me after one of the cautions, he started to my outside. I was like, oh yeah, this race is basically done for us because the pace is just so much different.
Now, I did point out you didn't go down without a fight, though. It looked like you tried to almost slide job him, too, there in the one corner.
Absolutely. We were going to fight for it, right? You know, I said in Discord, you know how many times I finished second, third to Axel and Carroll? It gets annoying after a while, right? They're just fast dudes, right? Competitor in me, want to beat them, and ended up beating myself tonight.
Well, we all know it happens, and I don't know. You're just going to kind of have to move on because you got a race to do tomorrow night now, too.
Right. It never is. But shout out to Thomas Axel doing a great job. The whole field's done actually a good job. We had a few cautions out here tonight, but started, I'm not sure how many cars it started, but
25.
I know we had a pretty big field. We've had a few cautions, right? Had a good long run to start the race out. But yeah, that 13 car, 99, they were on rails, and I'm looking at that 52 car, Jason Day. I was in TeamSpeak with him, or Discord with him. We were talking, right? And he took 2 tires, and I think he took them whenever Axel took them. So I think he's kind of looking for a late race caution too. My little shenanigans there kind of checked up the field pretty bad. Gave Thomas Axel some room to get comfortable, get out front.
Yeah, something I'm noticing here with Jason Day since he brought him up, he did pit the same lap Axel did for tires. But if you take a look at Axel's using a lot more of the apron on entry than Jason Day is. And I think that's really helping Axel rotate through the center of the corner where Jason Day just can't seem to get the power down until late coming off.
Absolutely. The one thing I do want to note on the apron, that's normally my line right here, no matter what car, right? And it's hard to tell in broadcasting. I'm sitting here watching as we're calling it. This car is super low to the ground. When you go down the apron, you're hitting the pavement, right? So it kind of upsets the car. But other times, like, it can really help you out. It can help the car rotate. You're seeing Axel, he's doing it almost perfectly every single lap. Lap times are not falling off very much. He's pretty consistent.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. Last time by at 19.75 to Chris Carroll's 19.80. Currently the fastest car out on the racetrack right now. Jason Day's last time by, he was a 20.06. So the 13 definitely has something figured out as he takes 5 laps to go here at Stafford.
Yeah, he's definitely, I think you're seeing the difference between 4 tires and 2 tires right here, Sam. I think it's just passing the eye test right here. The eye test tells me 4 tires was definitely the call tonight. Axel definitely hit the ball out of the park with the pit call.
He's got 4 laps to bring it home, and something I want to point out, Tanner, is that coming into tonight, the 13 was actually 1 point behind the number 99 of Chris Carroll in points.
This is going to be huge right here. That's what 99 Chris Carroll, he's chasing more than just a race win right here. Same with 13. They're chasing championship. They are just basically going back and forth with race wins. Now, Carroll did win 2 in a row, but it seems like whoever wins the week before, when they start in the back, the other one wins, right?
Yeah.
And that's allowed them to have a tight point battle. There's a caution on the speedway here now, Sam.
With 3 laps to go, too. Not what Thomas Axel wanted to see. Looks like it might have been the 43 of Larry Bell. Let me go ahead and bring up the little True Sim Productions instant replay here.
Wish I had your screen so I could see what's going on. Talk me through what happened there.
Let's see here. I might be able to help you out. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, so we can help Tanner out so you can see what I'm doing.
There we go. Let's see what we got here, boss.
All right, so we're taking a look at that number 43 right there. Give me 1 second. Yeah, the number 43 on the outside kind of turns into the corner. And Tanner, I've seen this quite a few times tonight. It's just guys misjudging other drivers' entry points, right? And they're just turning in a little bit sooner than they probably should.
Almost as if they're expecting that guy to run the apron or something. It almost looked like right there, right?
That's just
looks like Bell maybe thought I couldn't tell what car that was. It looked like he thought maybe he was going to enter a lot lower, but yeah, just kind of turned across his nose. But I tell you what, that helps out the 99 car right here. He's going to get another shot at our race leader, Thomas Axel.
Yeah, and we're going to go into overtime here, too.
True Sim Productions overtime, man. I'm glad I'm up here and not running like P2, P3 where I was, man, because it's nerve-wracking out there, brother.
Well, you said this gives a chance to Chris Carroll. I'll tell you who else it gives a chance to is that number 52, Jason Day. I mean, we said it. Him, Kyle O'Danick, Brad Carpenter, all those guys all pit the same time Axum did. So, I don't know. I don't think this is going to be our last caution tonight.
I think you're right to assume that. I don't think I have to assume. I think it's almost a guarantee. Because I promise you, the 52 of Day, the 21 of O'Danick, 31 Carpenter, all those guys are hungry. They are hungry. Choose cone this time by. We're going to see how that works out for these drivers. But I promise you, those guys sitting third on back, they are really hungry. They want that race win. They want to knock these two off the perch.
I don't know. You got to keep your eye on that number 21. I mean, he was involved in a wreck earlier tonight and has worked his way all the way back up into fourth. I don't know what his tires are feeling like for him. He does have some front end damage, that number 21, but with this choose cone, anything can happen right here.
Choose cone. I mean, the choose cone can take a terrible race and make it a salvageable race, or even make it a great race. And we're about to see right here, Carroll went high, Day went low, and Danick went high. So they basically went where they were supposed to go. Didn't really use the choose cone right there. So Carroll's going to try to fire off, get the great jump on Axum. But for Carroll to have a shot on that outside lane, it's Stafford, right?
Looks
He's
like,
gotta,
I'm sorry to cut you off, but it looks like
No, you're
old
good.
Axum needs a little lesson on how the choose cone works, Tanner.
was it bad?
He's been doing it a couple of times tonight. He's
Okay,
just
all right.
kind of a little lazy, I guess you could call it.
All right, right on. We'll have some words then.
Hey,
It's hard for me to
green,
know
white,
that
checker, here we go.
Yeah, here we go. Carroll's going to have to be to the outside of Axum. He is not there, so now he's going to take that chrome horn.
He's trying. He got a great run through the center of the corner, but can't make it happen. Now Thomas Axum just hoping to see that white flag.
Notice Jason Day did get a good launch in that 52, but Carroll made a little bit of room to Carroll, and he came down. He did not want to be on the high side for long. White flag's out.
White flag in the air for Thomas Axum. Chris Carroll doing everything he can, going through the center of 1 and 2. Real loose coming off turn 2. Doesn't look like Chris Carroll's going to be able to get there coming off turn 4. It's going to be another win for the number 13 of Thomas Axum.
With Chris Carroll finishing P2, I don't know how we knock these two off. They're bad fast every single week. But the talent in this league, it's out there, right? So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Sam, I appreciate you letting me come up and impose with you on the booth here. I'm trying to figure out where we're going next week. Do you know off the top of your head? And I'll let you conduct your interviews and commercial time.
Well, we're going to take a commercial break here once Axum's done burning it down. Next week, we're heading to Lanier.
Ooh, I'm scared. I'm scared for Axum having to start in the rear. Well, Sam, thank you for letting me impose. We got to pay some bills, I do know. Thank you for letting me come up here, let me vent a little bit. I'm sorry to anybody I caught up in my shenanigans. Just ran out of talent.
Hey, it's all good, Tanner. Glad you could come up and call the last couple of laps with us, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely, buddy. Thank you.
And that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our commercial break real quick while these guys get through tech inspection, and we'll be right back.
Shut up and sit down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, big shout out to Savage Edge Graphics. Go hit up savageedge.com. Get yourself a True Sim Productions t-shirt. But on that note, we got to go ahead and not do that. I don't know what's going on with my mouse in Discord, but we got to talk to our third place finisher, Jason Day. And Jason, you started near the back. First of all, I want to ask, was that planned, starting into the rear of the field?
Definitely wasn't planned. Hit the wall at the start finish line during qualifying, so it disqualified both my laps.
Okay, we didn't catch your first lap. We saw you sitting on pit road there at the end of qualifying. Wasn't sure what happened to you there. But regardless, had to start from the back of the field, had to work your way up through, involved in one of those incidents. Kind of just walk me through your race tonight and coming home in third position.
Well, it didn't start off right. I was hoping for a better qualifying. So I was sitting P3 in practice, so I knew I'd be okay in qualifying, which I messed up. Then I was just being patient, but there was a few guys at the back. I'm not going to name any names, but you probably saw them in most of the incidents that were a little sketchy to drive around for quite a few laps. So I was just trying to take it easy, follow Chris up through the field as much as I could. But he got through a few things, then he got spun, and then then that wreck happened in front of me and I got caught in that, so I had to come down pit road. Unfortunately, used my fast repair because I was down on some power, so I used that, took 2 tires and just hoped for the best. And long run wise, I was pretty good. The car felt really good. Was turning better with 2 tires. I just don't have enough for Axum and Carroll. I don't think if I even had 4 fresh tires with 10 to go, I don't think I passed those 2. They're so quick every week.
That was going to be my next question, because I noticed you and Axum kind of were on the same strategy there, tire and fuel-wise. You both came down on lap 63 under that caution. Did you think you had something there when you had that green-white checkered opportunity?
No, not with those 2. I think I had a good run on Chris at the restart on that green-white checker, but he came diving down to the bottom quickly, and I didn't want to hit him, so I let off, and he got in spot. But yeah, I don't think I had anything for those 2. Most weeks, and it's been quite a long time since I've driven one of these, so I'm just happy to come.
10, I think.
Yeah.
So
sorry about that, Jason. I got moved there for a second. Last thing, who do you want to shout out on that number 52 for bringing home third place? Congratulations again. That's a good run tonight.
Thank you. First of all, thanks to you and Tanner for TSP and putting on the broadcast and all the great jobs you guys do with that. To Crooked Line Racing for putting on a great league. Always enjoy all their series as much as I can, so check it out if you're looking for a good league to race in. To my teammates at Five Kings Motorsports and our team and all our sponsors, MF Designs, Savage Edge Apparel, Maconi Setup Shop, The Butt Kicker, Raz Energy, BAM Racing Videos, and of course my real sponsors, Don Man Excavating and Junction Orchard Cider.
All right, man. Well, hey, and again, great run tonight from coming from the back and finishing P3. We'll see you next week at Lanier.
Thank you, sir.
That was third place finisher Jason Day, and I don't know what's going on with Discord, ladies and gentlemen. Getting moved around and bounced around all over the place in here. But we got to bring up the second place finisher, and that's the driver, the number 99, Chris Carroll. Took a little bit of a different strategy tonight, last pit on lap 38. I don't think you had the tires to get him there at the end, Chris. Kind of walk me through your race.
Yeah, it wasn't too smooth tonight. I think I got spun out pretty early there, so I changed my strategy and just tried to get up to the front near the end. And I think Axum had about 20 lap newer tires, and he's fast anyways. You give him 20 lap newer tires, he's real fast. So I was just trying to get a good finish after the wreck there, and I played a different strategy just to get to the front there and see how it went.
Well, something interesting I want to point out. You came into tonight points leader, but only 1 point ahead of Axum. So 3 races left in the season. Let me know what's going through your mind.
Well, I mean, all you can do is get the best finishes you can. I mean, Axum's an awesome competitor. He's super fast, and he makes good decisions out there. So it's a matter of basically trying to make good decisions and finish the best you can. Like, I mean, tonight I couldn't go for the win. I just had to try and damage control and get the best position I could. And, you're going to have to make those decisions at some point in the season. And I don't think it changes late. I think you can just try and make the best finishes you can and let the chips lay where they're going to lay, Sam.
All right, man. Well, hey, you come home P2 tonight after having to start from the back of the field once again. We're going to have to see how the points shake up here once Tanner gets them put out. But definitely a points battle heating up here. Who you got to thank on the number 99 for that second place finish?
Well, I always got to thank USAFirearms.com and Brian Zimmerman and Troy Tarbuck and Guy Barrett and Larry Bell and Brian Zimmerman also out there, the Pit Lizard boys, and you guys at TSP, man. You guys do an awesome job covering this, and without you guys, we would not have a place to race. And got to thank my folks out there. The old boy, he's sick. He's not feeling too well, so shout out to those guys and all my.
Hey, fucker.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize. I don't know what's going on with that right now. 1 second. Let's see if we can't bring Chris Carroll back up in here. All right, Chris Carroll, we're going to go ahead and give you another opportunity to shout out your sponsors again. I don't know why we're getting moved around like that. Go ahead and shout out your sponsors.
That's all good. I got to thank USAFirearms.com. I got to thank all the Pit Lizard boys there, Troy Tarbuck, Brian Zimmerman, Larry Bell, Guy Barrett. I think I'm forgetting somebody there. All the boys out there that raced me clean, and I got to thank you guys at TSP for putting on the show, and I gotta thank my folks and all my friends and family out there watching. And my dad's not feeling good, so I'm gonna throw him a shout out there, Sam.
All right, man. Well, hey, we'll see you next week at Lanier, and again, good points battle heating up here at the end of the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, that was second place finisher Chris Carroll, and ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize. I was moved into another Discord channel for no apparent reason, so we do apologize for the language that was used on True Sim Productions there. We do not condone that on this channel. So that being said, let's go ahead and bring up our race winner, and that's the driver of the number 13, Thomas Axum. And pretty dominating night tonight. But I'm going to say the same thing I said to Chris to you. You came in 1 point behind Chris. Now points battle's really heating up. What's your thoughts going in to the 3 races left in the season?
Yeah, I definitely like the rest of the tracks. I don't know how the points work out if the drop week's already implemented or not. Because I definitely had to use a drop week last week, wrecking out of Phoenix. Not a track for me, but we're going to end off really strong, even though I'll be in the back next week. Lanier's a really good racetrack for me, just like Stafford. So we'll see what happens. But definitely love the close points racing, and love the side-by-side racing. Was able to work the outside tonight, so looking forward to do that. Looking forward to do that next week as well. So you kind of had the freshest tires out there when we came to that green-white checkered. The next person behind you that had good tires was Jason Day. Did you think Carroll might have had a good restart there, might have gotten to your back bumper, or were you kind of content with where he was there on that green-white checkered? Yeah, definitely was pretty content. It's super hard to pass here. Respectfully, you can move anyone at any track, but this track particularly, it's hard to get a better run in someone entry or exit without making contact. So having people respectful around you, you definitely feel better in situations like that than others. But yeah, definitely felt good there at the end. Had good tires, had good speed.
All right, man. Well, hey, you actually mentioned it. You said you're pretty good at Lanier. We're heading there next week. Points battle heating up. Coming home with another win tonight. Who you got to thank on the number 13?
Hey, just shout out to all the guys in Discord. We were having some fun tonight. Chris Carroll on that second place finish. Jason Day with a strong third. Just all the guys. RKM Setup Shop, Bernier's Liquors, Studios 10 Designs. I know my grandparents were out there watching it tonight. My parents. So it's a fun race. You up in the booth calling the show, Mr. Sam. Appreciate it. And Tanner putting on the hard work behind the scenes with all the crooked line stuff.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations on your race win once again, and we'll see you next week at Lanier.
Thank you, sir. See you next week.
That was your race winner, Thomas Axum. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here on Truson Productions. Again, I do want to apologize. It's been a technical difficulty kind of night. We had some of them resolved, and some of them just kept on going. But you know what? We pushed through. Race winner, Thomas Axum, once again, and that points battle is heating up, everybody. I'm going to bring you race results up on screen right now. You guys can go ahead and take a look at them, check them out. But that's going to do it for us. That's actually the qualifying results. How about the race results? That's what we want. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, that's going to do it for us here on Truson Productions. Tomorrow night, once again, Tour Modified Series at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Everybody, I hope to see you there, and we'll see you again in the next one.